What's up, Rooted Collective? Welcome back to Awakened and Rooted, where the veil is thin, the vibes are deep, and the stories will make you question everything. So if you are into the mystical, the metaphysical, or the downright unexplainable, you are in the right place. Now, before we get started with today's video, I just want to say one thing, and I hopefully will only have to say this one time. This space is for those who are open to exploring different spiritual ideologies, ancestral wisdom, and a metaphysical thought. If that openness challenges your beliefs or makes you feel uncomfortable, this may not be the space for you. And that's okay. But what we're not going to do here is spiritual correction, conversion attempts, or judgment masked as concern. We grow here, we reflect here, we don't preach at people here. And with that being said, let's get into it.
Let's talk about the dark side of spirituality. Oh yeah, there's a dark side. I've been in the game of spirituality for 10 years now. And the dark side, something I actually walked through myself. What is the dark side of spirituality, you might ask? Well, let's talk about it. It is basically when your ego grabs hold of your spiritual journey and turns you into a now spiritual elitist asshole. A complete asshole. See, the paradox here is you go into the spiritual journey because you're wanting to not be an asshole. Because spirituality is all about oneness and unity and compassion and grace and love and living life from a divine space inside of yourself and seeing that divine space in everybody else. It's really beautiful when you get to the meat of spirituality. And that's why I think most people go into spirituality. But there comes a point in the journey, pretty early on, when the ego grabs that shit. And the ego goes, look at me learning these things and doing this work that not everyone else is doing. Oh, I'm better than you, and I'm better than you, and I'm better than you, and I'm better than you, because I'm doing the work. God, I was there. Cringe. But now I see it as like a rite of passage. It's like you got to get through this point in your spiritual journey to get to the full expression of what living a spiritual life really means. But when the ego has hold of it, oh my gosh, the judgment that it will express that it doesn't have. See, the spiritual ego doesn't believe it is judgmental. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. It's only high vibrations. Oh, yes. The spiritual ego will not surround itself with low vibrations or people who are not doing the work. They can't possibly be able to relate to me. We just don't speak the same language. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, some people never get out of this moment in time. They stay in that spiritual ego, and even some of them become the quote-unquote gurus and teachers and prominent faces and voices out there that we see all over the place. It's literally like narcissism on a whole other level, because it's under the disguise that it's not narcissism. It's under the disguise that it is for unity. It is for oneness. But what an interesting... we reach a bit of a fork in the road with that one, because how can you be promoting unity and oneness, but then in judgment of those not doing the work? So where's the unity? Where's the oneness? Where's the compassion? Where's the understanding? Where's the grace? If someone is looking at someone else and in judgment of them because of the level of work they have done or haven't done, because of the beliefs that they have or don't have, because of the ideologies that they're supporting or not, if someone is in judgment of that, they are not fully embodied in their spiritual nature. Because those that are fully embodied in your spiritual nature, you don't judge. It's a whole point. It's the whole point the spiritual journey. It's to get out of judgment. So people are in judgment and teaching spirituality. Run for the hills. Anyone who's putting spirituality on some sort of hierarchy situation, run for the hills. Anyone who is saying, my spiritual practices are these spiritual practices, run for the hills. And if you stay tuned into your body, you'll be able to feel, you can sense in people what's going on. So pay attention to the teachers and the gurus and the ones who are really prominent out there, and feel in your body, is there a resonance there? Is there an ick there? Is there something off? That offness is you picking up on that they're not fully embodied in what they're teaching. You can feel them out of integrity. You can feel the lack, the space, the gap. And you want to trust that inside of yourself and lean towards the people where you don't feel that ick, where you feel the resonance in your body and you feel them in their integrity and you see them actually walking the walk and talking the talk, and everything they say they're actually doing, and they are a living example of their teachings rather than just sharing the teachings, trying to make a buck off of it. I'm curious. Have you ever been in your spiritual ego? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Or and have you ever come across somebody in their spiritual ego? What was it like for you? What did you experience? What did you see in them? And how did it make you feel?
Like the ick, exactly how it made me feel. Don't feel like I'm there yet. Still feel like I'm learning a lot of stuff. Hopefully I won't go there. I don't think I'm an egotistical person. But ooh, right out the gate, she touched on something that I definitely wrote down that I want to do a video on, and that is spiritual elitism. So please be on the lookout for that video.
Yeah, this high priestess, she says that most spiritual people can lose their mind if they're not careful.
We want to be psychic so bad and type into these energies, we're opening ourselves up. And if you're not grounded or self-aware, you can really open yourself up to some shit that can put you in a realm that you can't get out of. Hence why we see certain people walking around here mumbling to themselves, having conversations with people that are not there. We deem them as crazy and homeless, but in now actuality, they done tapped into some shit that they can't come back from because they didn't have the grounding.
Agreed. And we have all seen those people, and we have all called them crazy.
Have you ever felt like your entire life has been a lie? Well, 9 times out of 10, you're starting to wake up and break out the matrix, aka you're starting to go through the stages of a spiritual awakening. Starting off with number 1, you no longer associate with the things that you used to. So everything that you are used to now, it no longer makes sense to you. And everything is so confusing because it's like, why do you not feel like you belong here anymore? Hello, you're no longer the same person. As if that wasn't hard enough. Number 2, it gets deeper. You'll start to lose your friends and your family that you once used to kick it with on a daily basis because they no longer match who you are energetically. That's when life starts to get difficult. Coming in with number 3, you're going to go through a stage of isolation, aka the dark night of the soul. It's just temporarily, but for a little bit, you'll have to be put alone because the universe wants you to focus on you. When you finally make it out of your worst nightmare, you're like, oh, the nightmare is over. You make it to the new version of you that no one recognizes because you actually become a whole new identity. The final stage. That's when you're going to have to learn how to deal with how you feel about those situations that you went through before your awakening and during your awakening. The universe, aka the Most High, is going to test you where you learn how to be alone and be a true warrior and walk that walk and talk that talk of everything that you came in and out of the forest with. You learned it, you earned it, you already know.
I am somebody who has not always had a lot of friends anyway, because I feel like I have always been the person to kind of step back and analyze people when I first meet them, and it's almost like you can instantly tell who is sincere, who is trustworthy, and who's full of shit. So Yeah, that right there made me have like a selective group around me. Also, I don't, I'm also sort of on the introverted side. I feel like the older I get, the less introverted I am, but I have always loved being alone. So I don't know that I would feel that isolation.
Do y'all believe in reincarnation? Have you ever just felt like you've been here before? Now, I have this crazy feeling every time I listen to soul music or like that hole in the wall type music. And along with listening to this music, I also get the thoughts of myself being in one of those types of old town clubs like in the 30s or the 20s, and I die from getting shot. Specifically, I lose my life because some dude decided to take me out because I was talking to his wife or girlfriend at this club. Now, I know for some people that's way too specific for it to just be a figment of your imagination. Let me introduce you to the thought of maybe that's a generational bond or a generational spirit. Because one thing I know for sure is spirits will try to make you believe in anything besides there is one life and one death. So I had to check my Bible, and I was like, does the Bible say anything about reincarnation? Does the Bible say anything about somebody's spirit coming back into a different body? I don't see anything in the Bible about that. So what does that mean? Well, when you think about it like this, those generational spirits communicate with each other. So they know about somebody in my family back in those days when I feel like this happened to me, and they had this certain type of personality as well. And that spirit, therefore, pushes their personality off on me. They suggest a certain type of lifestyle. They're very suggestive that I listen to a certain type of music, that I do certain types of things that correlate with what this family member of mine used to do. So no, it's not reincarnation. It's just that spirit trying to get you taken out the same way they got your family member taken. They know what helped in their life, so they're going to try the same trick with you. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Generational curses are real. The same demons that my ancestors were fighting, I also have to fight. I know before I got married, I was a sucker for a beautiful woman. I relate so much to David when he was looking at Bathsheba and said, I gotta have her. It's crazy. So instinctively, something was telling me, you need to go ahead and settle down, because a beautiful woman is going to be your downfall. But again, that does not mean that it's reincarnation. That's the Holy Spirit in me letting me know that you deal with this issue, your daddy dealt with this issue, your granddaddies dealt with this issue, your great granddaddies and uncles and all of them dealt with this same issue. So this is a family thing. But in order to defeat these generational curses, you got to do something outside of the normal, so you don't end up like a lot of them. So I'm going to still listen to my hole in the wall music. I'm going to still listen to my blues. Yeah, I know it's just the power of suggestion. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to believe in reincarnation over what my Bible tells me is true.
So I get what he is saying. Not everybody believes the same thing, which is why I said in my previous video, I like to hear different perspectives, because I have heard of people saying that the soul never dies, and that if you have unfinished business that you will be coming back here. And now he's saying that he's going by the Bible, and nothing in the Bible says that you would be reincarnated. I also I don't feel like his ancestors are trying to take him out the way they were taken out either. Let me know what you think about what he said in the comments, please.
Peace and blessings to the kings and queens, gods and goddesses. I know y'all having a blessed day. Check this out. Newsflash. Spirituality ain't gonna always be smiles and giggles. When you decide that you're gonna stand up and be spiritual, you make yourself an opposition to all the negative entities out there. Not only that, you open your eyes and you see all the negative entities, feel all the negative entities, hear all the negative entities out there. So yeah, you raise your awareness and you're susceptible to peace, but you're extra susceptible to anger. And you extra susceptible to your haters, naysayers, and those trickster spirits. That's why it's important to move off of the information you know to keep you peaceful. One of the greatest pieces of advice I've gotten: be dangerous in a way that no one will want to disturb your peace. And be peaceful in a way that everybody understand how dangerous you could be. Woe to the person who hate the peacemaker.
I loved what he said. And I kind of noticed that with me, things that not used to irritate me, or people who didn't used to irritate me, now irritate my entire soul. I don't know if this is like the dark side of spiritualism or part of a spiritual awakening, but or if it's just part of getting older and not being for the crap anymore. It could be any one of the three.
Tell me, what's the creepiest experience you ever had in your life and why you still think about them?
It's 2011. I'm 11 years old, and I am at my grandparents' house after school. We were all three sitting at the dinner table. My mom gets off work. She comes to pick me up to go home for dinner. I pack up my book bag. I say, "Goodbye, Grandma. Goodbye, Grandpa." Pretty normal. But there was a moment there where my grandfather was looking down eating, and I was just kind of looking at him, and a thought had entered my mind. And the thought said, "Never say goodbye, always say see you later, because you never know when the last time you're going to see somebody is going to be." I didn't think much of it. Like I said, I was 11, and it was just a thought, and I had just gone home. The very next day, my mom picks me up from school and tells me that my grandpa had died that morning. I'm now a professional psychic medium. I was blessed with that discernment, blessed with that knowing. Even as a little girl, I saw my first spirit when I was like 2 or 3, maybe in the bathtub. And, my whole life I had seen things, heard things, smelled things, and either nobody believed me or I was ignored or people told me I was crazy. And looking back, I definitely believe that that moment was a spiritual attack. And I could name a lot of moments, but that one in particular. And like I said, knowing my abilities now tells me that there was an entity, whether in the form of a human or the form of a spirit, that didn't want me to know my gifts, that wanted me to fear my intuition. I'll never forget that moment, and I was really never the same after that, and I never really verbalized that moment to people, but I knew something new.
I don't get what the spiritual attack was. I'm a little confused by her story because I only heard her say that something came to her and said, "Never say goodbye, say I'll see you later." And I know people who live by that. Do not say goodbye to me. But if you, maybe I just wasn't listening. I thought I was. But if you heard where she said there was a spiritual attack, maybe she's talking about the people who said that she was crazy or something like that. Maybe that was the spiritual attack. I'm not sure. Let me know.
Guys, listen. This is very important regarding spirituality. Very important. I'm going to read a couple excerpts from Love the Real Word of God, Part 2 and 3. Then I'm going to read something from the one I'm writing right now, Part 4. Part 2. The chapter is called Possession by Spirituality. Proceed with caution when choosing to listen to the words of another or choosing to allow an energy exchange between you and another. Just because one possesses knowledge doesn't mean that they are leading you to love. The human being can heal others when they know they have the power to do so, but what foundation is their power evolved from? Now, Part 3. The chapter is called The Future of Humanity. The one who sees a destructive future exists opposite of the energy of love, because if they were truly a vessel of creation, they would see the deeper truths of all that's taking place currently. Before placing faith in a person's message, ask yourself if the future they speak of is one you want to create. Do not listen to the teller of the future who still charges the masses for the knowledge they have to provide. Now listen to Part 4. I gotta read fast. The breaking of the illusion of the three-dimensional physical reality would open the doors to the next dimension of frequency, which is five-dimensional. This means that humanity would begin to connect with the energy that has always been a part of them that they were made to forget. I'm going to skip some parts. The presence of a higher conscious allows humanity to awaken to the power of their thoughts and intentions, but it's not until humanity awakens to the importance of transforming the foundation of their existence that this power of thoughts and intentions would genuinely bring divinity to earth. Spirituality has become the 5D version of the 3D illusion that humanity has been slaves to. Spirituality has laid a foundation where humanity would again become slaves to seeking knowledge and power without addressing the roots for their need of power. In the 3D world, the human race chose to be slaves to a false illusion of what what the human experience is, with unhealed trauma as the foundation, and chose to sacrifice the reality of human life for survival, exchanging the present moment for a powerless piece of paper called money. Now, the enlightened that speak of the 5D world and its spiritual connections have laid a foundation for a world where humanity will choose to still be slaves to spiritual labels and seek acknowledgement for the power that comes with those labels, and also seeking monetary compensation for the divine gifts that were meant to heal the world. Ego would still be in charge of the 5D earth until humanity allows itself to ascend in the energy of love for self. Humanity has come to a point of seeking power and ascension over understanding and love of self. Spirituality has created portals for lower frequencies to enter human vessels disguised as a spiritual presence, you guys. Spiritual people, shamans, healers are out here giving darkness to the people they are working on. How do I know? Because people are reaching out to me daily, multiple people, about what they're seeing during this work. Black scorpions, black snakes, and then how they are feeling afterwards. Very anxious, very fearful, not like themselves. You guys have to pay attention to this, please. Love the Real Word of God Part 1, 2, and 3 will guide you through everything that's happening right now. By helping you understand what's happening within you, you can understand what's happening around you. And that is your protection. Link to Amazon in the bio. Love y'all.
Some of the cons of being spiritually awakened. Now, me, I don't see any disadvantages to being spiritually awakened. Honestly, it has been a blessing to my life. But now I'm at the place where I'm enjoying it, right? But there was times where I was going through isolation. So get ready for intense loneliness. Loneliness in the sense that you are getting certain epiphanies, right? You get excited. You want to share them with people. You share them with people. People look at you like, what's Yahweh? This one, the head no correct again. They will literally think you're crazy. They're going to think you're mad. They're going to think you are wasting your life. Now, remember, you guys, my own journey was insane, because I was literally in 500 level, right? I just graduated from university as a first-class law graduate. I was about to go to law school. And then I decided that, you know what, fuck that shit. That's not for me. That I'm not really into all that shit. Everybody and their mama wanted to call me on the phone to advise me. My parents' friends, my friends in school. Everybody rejected me. I literally felt so alone. So get ready for the intense laziness, because you're going to be making choices that people don't understand why you are making that choice. To everybody, I look like an idiot. I look like, oh, this idiot, she's not going to ruin her life. She don't have a future. That's what everybody just and their mama assumed. But the thing is that when you see the vision is not about them. It's about you. So those loneliness and isolation phases, I took it with my big chest. I used it as time to work on myself. Do you know that's when I learned how to read tarot? That's literally when I learned how to draw, and I developed my own style of art. That's how I just became the person that I am today. So in your isolation phase, because people always cry and they be complaining like, man, I'm so lonely. My mom is going against me. My dad is going against me. You guys, do you know what it means to wake up every day and feel like you have failed your parents? That's how I felt for years, until shit started to click, and then everybody was like, oh, she's doing so well. But in the beginning stage, it's very sad and it's very lonely. It's very difficult because you are gaining epiphanies, high vibrational awareness, but the people around you, they are not on the same level as you. So as soon as you share that information with them, they're going to reject you and reject the information. You might even have people ganging up against you. You guys, I literally have different cliques and different groups that wish I would just turn over and die. So it's just normal. You're going to have people that are going to be threatened because somebody that's spiritually aware, they speak the truth. They hate that you're a truth speaker. They hate that you can call them out and it's going to be the truth. So it pains them and it scares them. Anything that is a lie, I am here to uncover. So they don't like that. You will go through rejection. You will go through isolation. You will go through stigmatization, blackballing, people not wanting to work with you because one blood clot that is intimidated as you is going to intimidated by you, right, has going to tell them that, oh, don't work with her. She's so difficult to work with. She's this, she's that. All because they are threatened by who you are. So don't let all those things get to you. Honestly, when you have a spiritual awakening, the dark side is that you have to have a strong relationship with you and the universe. So it's like being chosen in the Bible also, right? When they say, oh, the person, he fell out with everybody, but the only, like Job, right? Good example. Everybody fell out with him. Nobody wanted to be with him. Isolation, loneliness, stagnation. But the only person you can look up to is the universe or to God or to source, because the vision was given to only you. Like, I literally saw that I would be living such a nice life later on. But in that present moment, while you're going through all the things that's going to get you to your higher ground, it's going to look so insane to people around you. It's also going to look insane to you. There are some days when you wake up and you just feel so disconnected with yourself, disconnected from source. You feel so disconnected with everyone. You would think about many things. You think about putting an end to yourself. You'll be thinking about so many crazy things. But I just want to say, hang in there, baby, okay? Hang in there, baby. Things are crazy, but I know your future's bright. So just keep going, keep persisting. Honestly, the dark side is a lot. There's a lot of stigmatization, there's gang stalking, there's bullying, there's poverty. Because you guys don't also remember that when you go through a spiritual awakening, you're also going to be broke as shit because you don't want to do regular jobs, right? You don't want to work in 9 to 5. You don't want to do regular jobs. You want to be in your purpose. But while you're in your purpose in the beginning, you're probably not going to be making any money whatsoever. So be patient with yourself. It's not easy. That's why you need to also surround yourself with high vibrational people, or watch content of people that are going through the same thing as you, or have even gone through something like that. So if you're having a spiritual awakening, you should definitely give me a follow, because I post encouraging messages for empaths, for people on spiritual journeys, always to encourage us and let you guys know that if I've been able to scale through, and there's so many other amazing people that I've been able to scale through, mind you, other than myself, that will inspire you to keep going. Okay, don't feel like the journey is too difficult for you. Know that you were created to experience this. So on my live recently, somebody asked me, why do chosen ones go through so much difficulties? I gave an example of Goodluck Jonathan, right? Remember that Goodluck Jonathan won the hearts of every Nigeria simply by telling us his story and how he got to where he is presently. This man was literally like, I had no shoes, and Nigerians ate it like fufu. We bought that because everybody loves a grass to grace story. So remember, your legacy, your soul contract, the thing that people are going to know you for is that, oh, this person started from here, but they were able to make it to where they are today. It's not going to be sweet if you are a Nepo baby. You get everything handed to you. Oh, every money you get handed to you, everything you need. It's going to be sweeter when you share your ordeal or your story with people and you're like, bro, I literally had no food, man. I had nothing. I had to scale through by myself. Like, I had to pick myself up from the gutters. People are going to love that, and they're going to understand and be inspired by your story. So if you're presently going through the difficult moments right now, know that it's because, oh, when I give the gist later, or when I'm giving the testimony, or when I'm taking that award, I'll be able to say like, So just see it as like something that's adding up to you. Because if you start seeing it as the universe punishing you, you suffering, you'll never be happy, and you always feel like things are not working out for you. But every day when you wake up, tell yourself, the universe is always conspiring in my favor. Everything is happening for my highest good. And I know that things will become much better because your higher self is also there encouraging you that come, we're getting to where we're going. So always look towards your higher self, because even when I was like in that difficult moment in 2021, 2022, 2023, this version of me, that's 2025 version of Fran, was always encouraging me, always telling me that, baby girl, it's only a matter of time. Apply more pressure, keep trying, don't give up on yourself, you know, speak life into yourself every day, because it's not easy at all. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
I like that. I like her explanation of what being isolated means. I didn't think about it along those terms, about like everybody turning against you, even your family. I didn't think about it like that. I'm just thinking about it because I'm somebody who likes to be alone, so I could never feel isolated. But if I think about like what I'm doing makes somebody feel a certain type of way and they don't want to be involved with me, yes, that can be isolation.
Now, I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do, but pay attention to how people look at you. One time I had a friend and we were actually pretty close, but I used to always get like these weird vibes from this person. One time I was at their house and we were just on our phone scrolling mindlessly. And then I looked up and looked over at them, and this is how I caught them staring at me. And then as soon as I turned over and saw that look, they instantly snapped out of it. And that was the moment I knew that person was not my friend, and they did not have the best interest set out for me. They in fact just wanted me as company. They just wanted to feel my energy. They just wanted to suck my energy. I call those energy vampires. Okay, be careful.
That is another video that I want to get into about the energy vampires.
One thing that I do not appreciate or like about the spiritual community is that people claim that they're healed, right? But yet all that they do is they look at other people and compare themselves to other people. They look at other people and they judge, not knowing anything about the next person's situation. You cannot just look at someone and assess, oh, they ain't chosen because they not down and out like I'm down and out in this moment. You don't know what people are going through. Y'all need to stop. You don't know what people are going through. I don't get on here and look at somebody and because it appears that they have more monetary success than I do, that they couldn't possibly be chosen. They couldn't possibly have gone through anything. A lot of y'all are living in your own misery and projecting that onto other people. You don't know someone's situation just by looking at their profile. You don't know someone's situation just by looking at the fact that, oh, they went on a trip. You don't know what people go through on a day-to-day. I will never get on here and just assume that I know someone else's lived experience, their life, their struggles, their spiritual evolution. Just because y'all are used to people getting on here and telling y'all every piece of their business, everybody don't live the same way. I don't get on here and tell y'all every single trauma that I have gone through. But if you stick around, if you're a real one and you stick around, guess what? You're going to learn more and more and more as time goes on. It never gave, let me just trauma dump everything and, oh, you know me now. Like, no, you should never assume, first of all, that you know everything about somebody. It's just a constant thing that it doesn't bother me anymore because I know it's just projection. But I'm speaking about it because sometimes you need to clock yourself. As soon as you find yourself comparing yourself to somebody else, as soon as you find yourself judging someone else, or they can't possibly be as spiritually advanced as I am, they can't possibly be even more spiritually advanced than I am because they're not suffering. Stop wanting everybody to suffer. We all suffering from something, from different things that we have gone through. Stop wanting people to suffer in the same exact way that you might be suffering. That is not what it means to come back and reincarnate and go through this earthly experience. If we were all experiencing the same damn thing, we would all be robots. It can't happen that way. I'm sorry. Your cards are your cards that you were dealt. My cards are my cards that I was dealt. I don't go around trying to give the next person my cards. Don't come around trying to give me your cards. Because more than likely, I've been dealt one of those cards at some point, or may be dealt a similar card at some point in life. Everything don't happen at the same exact time that you might want to see it happen. You don't know what I've already gone through to get to this point to be here today. They don't know what you've gone through already, chosen, to be at the point that you're at today. So humble yourself to know that you don't know the next person's lived experience. And stop focusing on whether they chosen or not chosen. You got to focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, Ashe.
So what he's talking about to me sounds like what the other person called spiritual elitism as well. Thinking that somebody else is below the level that you are. That's what I'm kind of getting from what he's saying.
My level of consciousness is not perceivable. So if you think you know me, then you need to think again, because I change literally every second. I change and grow and evolve every second, every minute, every hour of the day. You will never fully 100% know me. I am multidimensional as I have multiple, not even multiple, I have infinite layers of me. Like, you can never put me in a box. You can never have one perception of me and think that one perception is just all of me. I am literally everything all at once. You will literally be confused as trying to figure me out.
Bro, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I'm walking back from fishing on the back road, bro. nice, beautiful, crisp air day, bro. Oh my gosh, like it just feel like fall is coming. Like, oh my boy. I'm making this video because I'm low-key spooked. I ain't gonna cap. I'm low-key spooked, bro. I was watching a TikTok that I made. Somebody had liked it or commented on it. And you gonna catch me. I feel better that a car coming right now. Until this car pass, you gonna catch me keep looking over my fucking shoulder. That's just me. But bro, hold on. Bro, motherfucking, I'm watching the video somebody commented on or something. So I start just listening to myself and I'm just watching the video. It's quiet, like, I'm not fearful. So I'm just, you hear that? You hear the spirits of the forest just talking, breeze. I say, but I'm not fearful, so I'm just looking. It's just me on this road. I can hear if a car coming. I hear a little bushel in the woods to my left. I look over, bro, I lie to you not. I'm thinking a deer, I'ma know a deer, because a deer gonna keep, blah, blah, like keep galloping through the woods. Bro, I see, hold on, I'm gonna have to wait till I get to the spot and I'm gonna show you like what I saw. But the skin of it, the skin was like whitish, like palish, like, when I say white, like the real color white. I'm trying to walk dead in the middle of the road, not on no side. But like it was like white, bro. And it was like real skinny. It was like white and it was real skinny. Like, bro, I didn't see it. I just seen, like the elbow. Like I heard the bushel sound. And then I ain't gonna lie, it was like 2-3 seconds. I'm getting goosebumps and chills all over my body right now. Motherfucking, fuck, bro. Yeah, it took me like 2-3 seconds before I like paid it some mind. Like I said, bro, I'm just walking back so freely, like I wasn't thinking of nothing. So I heard a little bushel or something, or ruffle like in the woods, and like after 2-3 seconds I look over and I see like I see the color of the shit that I'm saying, but I'm gonna show you like how I seen it though. Wait till I get to the crib. Hold on. I got goosebumps all over my damn body. So I'm right around the corner from the crib now. I just like walked onto the road. Tell me why as I turn onto this road, this was in front of me. Didn't I just say the skin that I seen was white? Bitch, I can't breathe. Can't breathe. So, bro, so when I was walking, right, and I told you I was walking, and then I heard some like ruffle in the damn brush to my left. When I looked over to my left, it was like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I look over and I don't see it. I see this part, and it was like it was almost like, and then I seen all I caught was this, and it was all white, bro. Like, I'm walking, hear some shit, look, type shit, bro. And it was like right after that shit, I just started making that TikTok with this TikTok, and just, bro, the feeling of goosebumps all over my body, like you know the cold sweats, like you sweating, but you cool. Then I told you I seen it. The skin was all white, bro. As soon as I walk onto the block, this big ass white feather, bro. I lie to you not, bro. I was just making a TikTok right before this, saying how I felt death around the corner, or I wonder if I feel death around the corner, or is this what it feels like to feel death around the corner?
don't know what to say. What was that he saw? Why was he walking and filming instead of running home? And why would you pick that feather up off of the ground and stick it up under your cap? These are questions that I have.
People think being spiritual means you have to be high vibrational, soft spoken, love and light 24/7. This is all white lining. Let's talk about duality. Hi, cutie beauties. I hope wherever you are right now, you're all right and you're safe. But a lot of people are throwing the word duality around in spiritual spaces, and I'm here to break it down even further. We live in a world built on opposites, up and down, left and right, black and white, life and death, masculine and feminine, hot and cold, light and shadow. That's duality. It's not something that exists outside of us. Something we're here to master within ourselves. Duality is what holds Earth together. Literally, it's the tension between opposites that creates magnetism. Without that push and pull, there's no charge, there's no life, there's no movement. You don't get light without shadow. You don't get healing without truth. You don't get growth without destruction. So if this planet is built on duality, why do we spend so much time trying to live in one half of ourselves? People think being spiritual 24/7 means that you're high vibrational, soft spoken, love and light 24/7. This is all white lining. You're never mad, never triggered, always positive. And that's not how this works. Spirituality is not about pretending to be light. It's about learning to hold both your light and your shadow and knowing when to use which one. Let's talk about the very duality we're here to master. Duality is not just about good versus bad. It's about the dance between extremes. It's what gives life charge. You came here to learn how to move through both light and shadow without getting stuck in either one. You came here to remember how to balance the energies that make you whole. Now let's really get into the shadow. When we talk about your shadow self, we're not talking about something evil. We're talking about the part of you that's been neglected. The part of you who had to protect yourself when the world tried to break you. Your rage, your pettiness, your pain, your guilt, jealousy, your silence, your fear. We tried to bury those parts. Shadow work is not about shame. It's about integration. It's about healing the root and not just repainting the surface. You needed your shadow to survive. Now you're being called to bring it into balance so that you can thrive. Let me say this too because people need to hear it. Being spiritual is not about being soft. It's not about being palatable. Again, it's not about being nice. And being nice does not make you a good person. Because you gave a homeless woman $5 off of the street yesterday does not mean you're just as good as anybody else. Also, being calm does not make you healed. Real spirituality is not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. It's about knowing when to be nurturing and when to stand the fuck up for yourself. When to speak love and when to move with fire. That's balance. That's mastery. Let's bring it on back to the body, shall we? And if you want to take a screenshot of this, feel free. A lot of people see rainbow colors and the little diagrams. Open your third eye quotes and think that that's all there is to it. Chakras are more than a trend. Or your body's spiritual power grid. We all have these energy centers within our bodies. Each one is like a dial that controls different areas of your life. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, energetically. The part people skip is that it's not about opening one of them or, you know what I mean? It's about balancing all of them. Your body holds more spiritual information than a book could ever tell you. Each of your chakras connect to a specific emotion, organs, memories, instincts, and spiritual lessons. They act like portals between your body and your energetic body. Feel them when you're anxious, when you can't speak up. You're heartbroken, when you're stuck in survival mode. You're overly horny, when you feel spiritually disconnected. Chakra also represents a layer of duality that you came here to master. Lower chakras right here, your lower 1, 2, 3, 4. With physical survival, sexuality, confidence, and emotional safety. That's the earth part of you. Or upper chakras deal with intuition, vision, and spiritual connection. That's your spiritual half of your body. So what are we doing in this lifetime? Learning to merge the two halves. Walk earth with our crown chakra open, but our feet grounded, rooted. Experience pleasure without shame. Speak our truth without fear. Hold vision and still be present. You are the bridge between higher and lower, shadow and light, masculine and feminine. The chakra system is your instruction manual on how to live that truth. If your chakras are closed, you'll feel stuck, disconnected, and out of flow. You're overreactive. You might feel anxious, overwhelmed, too open, too reactive. They're balanced. You'll feel centered, clear, grounded, receptive, confident, and intuitive. Flow, and the body becomes a safe space to live in, not run from. Because growing up didn't have, I don't know about y'all, but bitch, y'all grew up with that like somebody was coming to get you, like, or you ain't got no business smoking and you smoking anyways, and you just feel that like scary gut wrenching feeling. Some people live their life throughout like that, and I lived mine like that for a long ass time. And a lot of it has to do with unprocessed trauma. When you start healing for yourself, those emotions and feelings, and it wasn't even an emotion, it was a feeling, and it went away. Again, balance does not just happen. You have to do the work, just as I was telling y'all. It starts by understanding how duality moves throughout the body. In this case, throughout the body. Through the masculine and through the feminine. Now, this is the part that people really overlook, because everything in this world was built off of the interplay of masculine and feminine energy, roles, not male and female, not gender, but energy. These are the two forces of creation, and both reside within you. You have both of them in you. Masculine energy is structure, direction, logic, boundaries, fire, doing, the action of doing. Feminine energy is flow, intuition, creation, sensuality, water, being, the action of just being. One is not better than the other in any way. When one dominates, you lose harmony. Too much masculine, you're burnt out, rigid, always chasing, disconnected from your feelings. Too much feminine, you're ungrounded, unmotivated, emotionally overwhelmed, struggling with direction. Balance is what unlocks your full power. You're not here to pick one side. You're here to marry them in yourself. When you get that true balance, life starts responding to you completely differently. You'll notice it in your body, in your relationship, in your intuition. Your manifestations move faster, flow more freer. Peace gets deeper. You surrender to the flow of any outcome, even if it's not how you expected it to be, which it almost never is. Attract the very people who match your energy. Why? Because you're no longer swinging between extremes. Standing in your center, rooted and rising, earth and spirit, light and shadow, structure and flow. That's the real work. That's the real spirituality. Most people miss it because they're too busy trying to skip steps and look healed instead of actually doing the work. Instead of actually healing. But don't listen to the motherfuckers that tell you you need to stay in high vibration. Oh, I'm just a high vibrational being. No, baby, I am who the fuck I am. Your doingness does not replicate your golden ticket to salvation. Even nature has storms. Even the moon disappears. Flowers bloom and they decay. Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Spirituality is not about escaping the dark. It's about becoming one with it. Remembering that you came from the dark in the first place.
The thing that kept going through my head the whole time she was talking is duality. You cannot have light without darkness. That for me was the whole concept of her video. about duality. It's not always lightness and love. There is a dark side.
Here's why it hurts so much when you start awakening. See, nobody really tells you that spiritually awakening is going to bring up everything, every single thing that you ever tried to consciously or unconsciously bury. Because you can't take unhealed pain into your next timeline. So the tears, the triggers, and all of those really uncomfortable moments that I know a lot of you are going through, because I have experienced them, and I know that there's more to come because you just continuously are being cracked open, right? But those moments, those tears and triggers, that is literally your soul clearing in the most sacred way, clearing space for your truest self to embody, to take up that space so that you can receive everything that you are desiring, so that you can make space for the new you, for the true you. So just remember and take this from this video. Spiritual awakening is emotional healing. So when you find yourself crying for no reason, when you find yourself feeling like you just cannot go any further, just know you're not broken. You are remembering, and all is well. I send you peace.
And that is why doing the work, the shadow work, is so important. You have got to be willing to face the shadow side of you, or you will go crazy.
They tell you spiritual growth brings peace, and it does, eventually. But first it brings loneliness, discomfort, isolation. You stop relating to the people that you talk to on a daily. You see through things that used to satisfy you. And it's hard, but it's necessary. Because spiritual growth, it ain't about being liked, it's about being aligned. You see, because sometimes God has to tear you all the way down just to build you back up. God is the greatest. Screws the greatness.
Okay, so for them people who be doing the spiritual videos and y'all be like, this came to me, or I just started saying this out of nowhere, or I just started dreaming this out of nowhere, I just started thinking this out of nowhere. Can y'all tell me, yesterday I was making content and I thought this boy, when he was recording us, that he told us to say the number 11. He didn't. So the entire time in the video, I'm just steady saying 11, 11, 11, 11. Don't know why, but I just kept saying, I'm like 11, 11. I get up to leave, I turn around, I'm gonna insert the picture. Why was it 2 ornaments that said 1111 on them? And I know it's normally Make-A-Wish, but I feel like it was Make-A-Wish and something a little deeper. So for you spiritually people who probably know what that means or have seen something like that, can y'all help me out? Because I really want to know what that means.
I thought that whenever we see 1111, we always say Make-A-Wish.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, like, people really don't talk about how dark spirituality can be. How dark the journey can be. They don't tell you how you can grow up with a narcissist all your life, not knowing that they are narcissists. Attract other narcissists, birth narcissists, and then realizing on your journey as you're healing, like, this is narcissist and I gotta get out of this. They don't tell you that these people be your daddy, your mama, your sister, your brother, your children, your significant other. They don't tell you how your mother could be a damn energy vampire, sucking the energy out of you so that she could become a better, or not even better, a stronger individual because she know your strength. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about how you could be connected to people, and the reason why your shit falling apart is because you picking up their energy and all they goddamn karma because you not knowing what they going through. They don't talk about how you gotta cut off all these people and let these people go, but they don't talk about the fact that cutting them off don't help you deal with the triggers, because guess what? The universe gonna bring you somebody else that's gonna trigger the fuck out of you to make you have to deal with it. They're gonna send you the same person that's gonna talk shit to you, and how you gonna deal with it? Are you just gonna ignore them, or are you gonna deal with it? They don't talk about the fact that, like, you really gotta do some deep soul healing on this journey. And the shit gets so dark because it becomes lonely, and you don't even know who the fuck to trust. You start looking around like, are you here to attack me? Are you here to do this? Are you here to do that? Who the fuck are you? Why are you here? You start questioning every damn body, and you like, damn, can I trust anybody? They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the fact that you really gotta dig deep and learn how to trust yourself, so that you can trust that the people that you let in are trustworthy. This journey is ongoing, continuous healing. It's never not gonna stop. But they don't talk about how dark this shit gets. They don't talk about how alone this shit gets, because you have to really, 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 really think about your healing process. The shit get dark, and nobody fucking talks about the shit.
No, they don't, because they all want to be love and light and peace be unto you. So you think spirituality is all love and light. When, like she said, it is an ongoing process. It is dealing with your shadow self. It is her who keeps getting that same narcissistic person over and over again until she learns how to deal with it, or until she learns how to spot this person, so she won't keep choosing the same people, or the same people won't be attracted to her.
The dark side of spirituality. So I'm only speaking from my personal experience. This is my personal experience. It's not fact, it's not truth. It's my truth, but it might not be somebody else's truth. And whatever I do share and say is not to offend or attack anyone or anyone's belief system or anything like that. So New Age spirituality has been deeply, deeply infiltrated by the dark side. We are living in times of spiritual warfare. There's active war between light and dark happening on Earth at this time. And the dark side do not want us standing in our power. The dark side do not want us connecting to our power, remembering our power. Instead, they want to feed off of our light. And for quite a long time, I felt like I don't belong in this space. I don't belong in this community, because I didn't belong. Over the past few years, I've had too many encounters, face-to-face encounters with demonic entities. I held a circle once, and a member of the circle, who I'd already suspected was sending me some form of psychic attack, left behind demonic entities. And I saw them, and I saw them with my eyes, not just I literally saw them. They wanted me to know that they were there. And it just got to the point where I thought I just burnt out. I was like, I can't keep, like, I felt like I was trying to shine my light in a dark area. Like, spirituality is so infiltrated by the dark that it's a very, very dark area. And I've had so much resistance to speaking up on this. Before I made this video, my throat felt like it was closing up, because I've got huge resistance about speaking my truth, because this is my truth, this is my personal experience. I have the right to speak up on this, but the resistance has been real. So I removed myself from that community, because in my 40 years of living on this earth, it has been the most toxic environment I've ever been in, and it wore me down. Now, the reason I feel called to share my truth about this is because I know that there are others. Since I've joined this app, I know there are others who see what I see and feel what I feel. And for years, I thought I was going mad. Like, why am I the only one that can see this? Why? Like, I felt like I had like a bullshit radar. And when someone was speaking bullshit, I instantly felt it in my solar plexus. But I felt like I was the only one that could not had the ability, because like I don't have a superiority shadow. But I just felt like, why am I the only one feeling this? So then essentially, I gaslight myself and convince myself that I must be the problem. And I don't want other people to ever feel how I have felt, because it's been such a lonely experience. Like this journey to awakening and this journey of healing your wounds is such a lonely place to be anyway. But when you're stuck in such a toxic environment, it's hard. So I want to share my message. I want to share my truth, my experience with others, because essentially I feel like there are people out there that need to hear it. You might be somebody right now watching this thinking, oh my God, that is me. Like, I feel this way. I'm so glad I'm not going crazy, because I thought that too for a while. I'm not gonna lie. But I already feel like I've spoken too long on this, because I'm almost at 4.5 minutes. It's the longest video I think I've done, not that I've done that many. But if you resonate with anything I've said, and like you're currently walking through this, or you've had similar experiences, I'd love to hear your experiences. I'd love to meet like-minded people, because as I said, it can be a lonely journey when you feel you're the only one who can see the truth of what is happening. My intention for my page is to help people remember the power that is within them and stop seeking an external power, because each of us holds the ability to heal ourselves, and I am here to awaken that within you. Nobody outside of ourselves holds that power, and we've got to stop giving it to them. So I'll probably do, I don't know how many videos on this, to be honest, but I'll definitely share more of my story, because the truth will set me free, and the light will always prevail.
So listening to her video, tell me what you think. Do you feel like I do, and you feel like she felt like she was a light and the darkness was external and it just kept coming at her because she was the light? That's what I kind of got from her story. And she even said something about external forces towards the end of the video. But that's the feeling that I got from her video, that she was the light and the dark was something coming from outside. Alright, Rudy Collective, that is where we will leave it for now. This video was pretty enlightening for me. Let me know if anything resonated with you. I would love to have the conversation in the comments. And don't forget to like and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when there's another video coming out. And until next time, stay open, stay aware, and stay guided.